Good morning to those who listen. It is February 5th, 2019, 11:27 a.m. And I have a new theory on what could be causing the blue light, blue energy around the sun simulator. And possibly continuing in the same lines. I don't know if it'd be considered a separate theory or part of the same theory. And this is just a theory, too, that I'm just throwing out there. And I don't know if this is something or not. And I don't pretend to know that I know everything about this. So I'm hoping that others can maybe see this and maybe expand upon this, that might know more about this. But maybe this also has to do with the lensing system that that they're using. Okay, so I don't know how I should go into this. All right, so there's a thing called an Einstein Ring, which was discovered by Einstein, or I should say it wasn't discovered by him. There was another astronomer that discovered it, I guess, but he was the one who expanded upon it, I guess. All right, so, and this is also something that I think is happening, might be happening more often now. Might be more of them, or just we might be seeing this one more often. Now, God, this is going to be really hard to explain. I also want to say that we've been seeing, at least I've been seeing a lot on TV shows and commercials. They've been using this like rings, these circles, and they look like halos. They kind of look like this Einstein ring. And maybe they're predictive programming that we're gonna be seeing it more often in the sky. And they're trying to subliminally control your mind so you don't think it's something out of the ordinary. All right, so I am going to, this is from space.com. I'm not going to put all these in the link, but they come from space.com, this one, and I got a bunch of articles here. I'm going to try to just go through them kind of quickly. Now, supposedly, this Einstein ring, which is also gravitational lensing, is like the alignment of two galaxies. And here, let me just go through because it's hard for me to explain. So in the description that they have here, the graceful arcs at the center of this image from the Hubble Space Telescope are actually the distorted light of distant galaxies, twisted to form an Einstein ring by the gravitational influence of the closer galaxy cluster. So the galaxy behind it, if I'm saying this right, is being distorted and magnified so that we are able to see it. So what if this Einstein ring is out there and this Planet X system is aligning with our system, and the Planet X system is being magnified? Bear with me here now. It's being magnified so we could see it, but we still can't see it because of what they're doing to our skies with the chemtrails and the sun simulator. What is they're using the sun simulator to counteract the gravitational lensing that's coming from this other galaxy, or maybe Planet X system, which would make kind of sense. And that's what they're hiding. It's still way out there, but it's being magnified by this gravitational lensing system, which is naturally occurring, and it's also going through magnetic fields too. So that's my theory. What if, that's part of the theory, what if this Einstein ring gravitational lensing is magnifying another galaxy, Planet X system, and we'd really be able to see it if it wasn't for what they're doing with the sun simulator and everything. And maybe they're using the lenses to counteract that, or to maybe even bend the light more to have this bright light. Now, the blue light that's coming from it, there's also something in here, and I'll have to get to it when we get to it, but it says that the blue light could be formed from this. So maybe where that blue light that we're seeing is from this thing. I want other channels to just go with this, because I don't know that much about it, but maybe Jeff P. and I just view on things. You guys could expand upon this. All right, so I'm just going to read a little bit about this. The perfect circle surrounding a galaxy cluster in a new Hubble Space Telescope image is a visual indicator of the huge masses that are bending time and space in that region. Now, this is from last year, so it hasn't even been a year old that they did this. Now, there's been other, I think the first Einstein Ring was discovered in 1916, and then I think in 1936 was when Einstein expanded upon it. All right, let's just go on. The galaxy cluster called SDSS J0146-0929 features hundreds of individual galaxies, all bound together by gravity. And gravity might play a part in this too. There's so much mass in this region that the cluster is distorting light from objects behind it. This phenomenon is called an Einstein ring. The ring is created as the light that comes from distant objects, like galaxies, hint, hint, Planet X system, passes by an extremely large mass, like this galaxy cluster. In this image, the light from a background galaxy is diverted and distorted around the massive intervening cluster and forced to travel along many different light paths toward Earth, making it seem as though the galaxy is in several places at once. The ring is named after Albert Einstein, who wrote his theory of general relativity in the early 1900s. In it, he suggested that a massive object would warp space and time. This process is known today as a gravitational lens. When the most massive galaxies and galaxy clusters get in line with a more distant object, they produce an Einstein ring, a type of gravitational lens. Einstein rings and gravitational lenses more generally give astronomers a huge advantage when they're trying to look at faraway objects. The rings and lenses magnify objects that otherwise would be too distant and dim to see in today's telescopes. So I'm going to go down to the last paragraph here. Another Einstein ring popped up in 2016 in a star group within the sculptor dwarf galaxy. And I'm going to get to this other one too. There's a one that's in the Hydra constellation, and Hydra is part of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it reminded me of that. Is this TV show trying to point something out about the Hydra constellation, which has this Einstein ring and gravitational lens? Maybe they're trying to point that out to us. I don't know. All right, Time researchers said there are less than a dozen known Einstein rings that are partial or full. I wonder if they're popping up more often as the Planet X system aligns with our galaxy. Just a theory. Scientific team added that they plan to use this particular Einstein ring in Sculptor to probe the nature of dark matter. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going on. I went through. Okay, here's some images. Now, I'll show you these images here, and I'm telling you, this is what I've been seeing on TV with commercials and stuff. Now, some of them obviously are different. Now, this one right here, if you look, I'm going to put it in the middle of the screen. The middle of the screen, the second picture, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that looks like that. And then down, and then move it up in the middle at the very right side with a red ring around it. Look at how blue that is inside there. Doesn't that look like what we've been seeing? To keep looking outside because there's a lot of action going on outside too. Lots of chemtrails and stuff. Okay, and then I'm going to keep going. I'm going to show you another one. There, this one right here. Right in the middle, second picture. Oop. Not that. Not that. Come on. Why isn't it? Come on. What happened? Come on now. Where'd it go? Okay, this one. The one in the middle, second picture in. That looks like a lot of the images that I like seeing on TV. A lot of strange ones, but this is starting to really look like what we've been seeing. I think this is all predictive programming to make us think it's all normal. But it's funny, I've never heard of this before. I know it's been out there, and I haven't really seen any channels talking about this except for back in the past. And none of the channels that are in this community, I've never seen them doing anything on this either. So please feel free to expand upon this. I would like to hear what others think about this. It's very strange stuff, and maybe it would explain some of the things that are happening. Could they also be causing the halos to be forming? Or maybe that's part of the halo. Einstein Ring being a halo or producing halos. Just throwing all this out there for you. All right, let's move on to the next article. Oh, the last one. I forgot where that was from. Sorry. Yeah, Wikipedia on this one. This Einstein, these are images, though, so I think it's from Google. Oh, no, they're from all, the images are all from different ones, okay? This one's from Wikipedia. What happened? It changed. Special pages. What happened? Okay, there it is. And then there's that again. Kind of looks like a halo, doesn't it? Looks like a halo with the sun inside. So now here's the other Paulson. It's the deformation of the light from a source, such as a galaxy or star, into a ring through gravitational lensing of the source's light by an object with extremely large mass, such as another galaxy or black hole. I don't get how a black hole would emit more light. But what if, this gravitational lens, this Einstein ring, is producing more light? Or maybe they have to produce more light from the sun simulator lensing system to hide everything. I wonder if I'm onto something here. I don't know. Where was I at? This occurs when the source, lens, and observer are all aligned. A size IG? The first complete Einstein ring, designated B1938 plus 666. Sorry. Holy moly. B1938 plus 666. Why would they name it that? Was discovered by a collaboration between astronomers at the University of Manchester and NASA's Hubble Space Telescope in 1998. All right, gravitational lensing is predicted by Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity. Instead of light from a source traveling in a straight line in 3 dimensions, it is bent by the presence of a massive body which distorts space-time. An Einstein ring is a special case of gravitational lensing caused by the exact alignment of the source, lens, and observer. See, if if what we are seeing is caused by the Planet X system being aligned, then that means I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it would mean that it's close enough to us now that we're seeing it more, or it's aligned, so we're seeing it more. An Einstein ring is special to blah blah caused by examiner source. Okay, this results in a symmetry around the lens, causing a ring-like structure. 1912 is when he discovered it. Before the publication of general relativity, 1916. The ring effect was first mentioned in the academic literature by Orest Colvison in a short article in 1924 in which he mentioned the halo effect of gravitation when the source, lens, and observer are in near perfect alignment. And you guys can read this more. This is from Wikipedia. Wow, but that's the halo effect. Einstein, okay, however, Einstein was only considering the chance of observing Einstein rings produced by stars, which is low. The chance of observing those produced by larger lenses, such as galaxies or black holes, is higher, since the angular size of an Einstein ring increases with the mass of the lens. There have apparently not been any observations of a star forming an Einstein ring with another star, but there's a 45% chance of this happening in early May of 2028, when Alpha Centauri A passes between us and a distant red star. And again, I don't want to read everything here. It'll take forever. So the first Einstein ring was discovered by Hewitt, 1988. It's a very large array. This observation saw a quasar lensed by a nearer galaxy into two separate but very similar images of the same object. The images stretched around the lens into an almost complete ring. This has got to be something. So if anyone else, please go on to studying and researching this and maybe expanding upon this, because I think maybe this might have something to do with something. And it's something hard to understand for sure. See this image down here? Look at that. Black hole passing in front of a galaxy. Are we seeing black holes passing in front of this gravitational lens, and they're making the sun simulator shine the light to hide this? Whoa! It's kind of too much for my brain, but maybe somebody else that might understand it more can help out. Gravitational lens is a distribution of matter, such as a cluster of galaxies between a distant light source and an observer, that is capable of bending the light from the source as the light travels towards the observer. So that was that. Moving on real fast here. What happened? Simple lens models. Simple, huh? Really simple. So here's another one. This is from, what was this from? Can't remember. Caltech.edu. Still want to. I haven't got to the part where talks about the blue. Okay, here we go. Maybe this is where it's at. That's not it. Skyandtelescope.com. Okay, this might be where. Okay, here we go. All right, so blah, blah, blah. The diffuse blue light at the center of the ring comes from starlight in the intervening lensing galaxy, as seen with Hubble. The orange ring of distorted light comes from the dust of carbon monoxide gas in the more distant SDP.81. But maybe the blue light is caused from this Einstein ring and the gravitation, the electromagnetic fields, and the carbon monoxide and dust. Now here it says within the Hydra constellation, now to the northernmost evening sky. Yeah, but this is probably old article. Yeah, 2015. This one. Whoop, come on now. Find this to me. All right, within the Hydra constellation, there exists an almost perfect ring of light around 3 arc seconds across. This weirdly symmetric phenomenon is a rare gravitational lens known as an Einstein ring, the result of a near-perfect alignment between a very distant galaxy and not so distant galaxy and us. Huh. So this Einstein ring here, it says the light traveled for 12 billion years to arrive at Earth. Now listen to this. 8 billion years into its flight, it encountered a massive elliptical galaxy. And we know that Planet X is on an elliptical orbit. The galaxy's gravity acts like a lens, bending the path of the background light to form a ring of emission. Huh. Wow. All right, so now here's the explanation why ring blue. And this also has to do with infrared. All right, so phenomenon is a direct result of the idea that if a mass warps space-time, then light and other electromagnetic waves will be lensed by the strong gravitational field produced by a large cosmological body such as a galaxy. Since 1998, when the first complete Einstein ring was discovered, many more complete or partially complete Einstein rings have been observed in the radio and infrared spectra. For example, by the Hubble Space Telescope in the optical spectrum. However, in the latter case, it is observed that the rings are blue, providing the light is not red-shifted. Gravitational lensing equation does not include dispersion, and thus cannot account for this blue shift, blah, 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 blah. So in this, they have an explanation. All right, so in this paper, we provide an explanation for why Einstein rings are blue using a linear systems theory approach based on the idea that a gravitational field is generated by the scattering of very low-frequency scalar waves in which the medium of propagation is a space-time and that light waves can be both bent and diffracted by this field. And this, what did I say this is from? This is from Dublin Institute of Technology. And what is it dated? Oh my gosh, it's dated 2011. Wow. But then, you know, you see some more pictures of, and I'm telling you, this is what we've been seeing, at least what I've been seeing on TV. And I think that's what they're throwing out there. Predictive programming. Predictive programming. Huh. And I don't want to take too much time here doing this, but you know, you guys can go through this. I think I might put this one on there though. This particular article in the description box, link, if it lets me. Copy, thank you. All right, so kind of a strange thing I stumbled upon, but I'm hoping that maybe this might shed some light into what is going on. Oh, here's what I found for other channels on YouTube about Einstein's rings and the gravitational lensing. And we got 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 10 months ago. But you know, I haven't seen any of the channels in the community talking about this. Maybe this is something we need to talk about. Is this possibly what's causing some of the stuff we're seeing? So it's just let me know what you think, and if you have any information, please comment and add to this, because I'm trying to get to the bottom of things, and maybe this is the next step. Maybe this is the next step. Oh, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to add here. Could this Einstein Ring gravitational lensing be causing the extreme brightness increase in the white light? Or is it just the lensings, the local lenses that are causing the sun simulator to be bright white? But my main theory, I guess, is what if the Einstein Ring is magnifying the Planet X system, and they're using lenses to counteract that magnification? They're using lenses to cover that up and using maybe even more light to hide this. Is maybe our Planet X system not as close as we think, but it's being magnified to look like it's closer? And then maybe that the talk about the sun simulator might not be as important, because it's a distraction of what the bigger picture is. Could the sun simulator just be a tiny part of all this? Maybe CERN, are they trying to replicate this? And is the Planet X system lining up with our galaxy, or has it already lined up? So what if the sun simulator is hiding that Einstein Ring gravitational lensing? And what if we are seeing partial images of objects? We're only seeing little bits, and we're seeing partial objects or planets that they can't hide. And then there's the question again: where's the real sun? Maybe the sun we can't see no more, and this is what we're seeing. And this is maybe why the sun simulator, where the sun is supposed to be in a certain part of the sky. Maybe that explains why this sun simulator is so far to the south. It's not going overhead. It's all in crazy places. And then maybe when we see it in different places, maybe it's moving. The Einstein Ring. I don't know. I'm just throwing all this out there. It's kind of strange. But it's funny that I've never seen anything about this before. There was one other thing I was going to say. Oh, and the halo. The halo. Maybe this Einstein ring is the halos we've been seeing. So there's the theories. Throwing it out there. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know if this is anything or not. But I would like to know everybody's opinions, and I would like some people that maybe know more about it to explain some stuff, and maybe some channels. Hint, hint, Jeff P. Night's view on things. Can maybe check this out and see what you think. Maybe you guys know more, because I don't know that much about stuff. Just trying to throw some stuff out there. Maybe someone else can expand upon this. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. God bless you all, and see you next time. God bless.